the AVL to timetable matching, so what it is, why it's an important report, and then I'll start with a walkthrough of the report, how to navigate to it, the kind of things that are included and what to look out for, and then we'll finish off with a question and answer session. So in terms of the objectives of the session, the objectives of the sessions are to re-engage with operators on new and existing features that can be found on the BODS platform. So recently added some new features that we want you guys to be involved with, and then obviously we want continuous improvement. So any feedback and concerns you have around any of the features on BODS, please don't hesitate to send those across. There will be a feedback form at the end that will be sent out, so you can share your feedback there, or alternatively in the question and answer session, if you just want to raise your hand, you can do that then. So in terms of specifically AVL to timetable matching, what the report is. So the AVL to timetable matching report is a validation check that attempts to match your SeriVM data feed to the corresponding trans-exchange data available on BODS. So it tries to match specifically 6 fields within your SeriVM feed to the trans-exchange data, and it has to be an exact match of text and formatting. So for example, within your SeriVM feed, if it has an operator ref that, for example, ABCD, and it's in capitals, then the corresponding knock within your trans exchange has to be exactly ABCD in capital as well. Otherwise, it doesn't match. And your AVL matching score is the matching percentage. So it's an average weekly score that gets refreshed every Monday, and it takes an average calculation of those matching attempts throughout the week and gives you an overall score how your data performed. And then the reason essentially why the validation step is important is it ensures that the data can easily be combined to produce the predicted arrival time at a specific bus stop for a bus. So that's really important for obviously consumers of the data. So in terms of a walkthrough of the matching report and how to navigate to it, as you know, your matching reports are on your operator profile. So in terms of navigating towards that, you'd click on Find Bus Open Data, click on View Operator Profiles, search up your operator's name, and then in the location data section of the operator profile, you'll find your weekly average score along with a download link so you can download the matching report. So when you download the matching report, you'll find that there's 4 zip files included in that downloaded zip, and that's your matching reports for the last 4 weeks. So if you unzip the latest week, you'll see that there's 7 CSVs included in that file. The most important ones are your AVL to timetable matching summary, and then your uncounted vehicle activities. So those are the 2 main ones that we'll be running through in this session. But in terms of the other ones, they give a summary. For example, your block ref CSV will give summary of errors specifically at the block ref matching stage. Or for example, destination ref will give errors specific to the destination ref matching stage. So once you've unzipped that file and you, the first CSV file to look into would be the AVL to timetable matching summary. So if you look into that specific file, what you'll see is a list of the Seri fields, so the SeriVM feed, the fields that we are trying to match your trans exchange to. And then obviously the corresponding trans exchange fields here. And then in this example, it was 15 randomly selected SeriVM feeds throughout the week. And then how successful we were at matching your trans exchange to those Seri feeds. So in the case of trying to match operator ref to national operator code, we were successful 14 out of 15 times. And obviously the same for published line name against line name, dated vehicle journey ref against ticket machine journey code, etc., etc. And that gets calculated to give you an overall matching score for the week. So these fields show the corresponding trans exchange field for each Seri field I've mentioned. The one thing to mention is that the block ref isn't included in your matching score because obviously we know that some people aren't able to supply block numbers or block refs, so we obviously don't include that in your matching score. And then as mentioned, the other important CSV is the uncounted vehicle activities CSV. So in terms of that CSV, it provides a more in-depth information about each of the vehicle activities that unsuccessfully matched specifically for the first 3 fields. So if I go back a step, it looks specifically at the operator ref knock matching, publish line name matching, and the dated vehicle journey, ticket machine journey code matches. So any unsuccessful matches within those, the errors appear within this this CSV. If you wanted to know why there was specifically a destination ref unsuccessful match, then you'd have to look at the destination ref CSV. So if I go back a step further, it would be within this one. Similar for origin ref and direction ref, they would also be in the origin ref CSV and the direction ref CSV. So just to continue, the errors, so the uncounted vehicle activities would appear in column H here, and that provides the reason for why the matching wasn't successful at that stage. Just to note, for most operators, in terms of smaller operators, we obviously know that some of this can be very technical and jargon heavy. We do usually recommend that you just download your matching report and send that across to your supplier, who probably is best suited to deal with those issues. And obviously you can loop us in and we can have those conversations on your behalf to figure out why those matching errors are happening and to hopefully improve your score. So I'm going to stop there for a second just to show you exactly how to do that on the actual BODS website. So as you can see, this is the standard BODS platform. You'd click Find Bus Open Data, view operator profiles, search up your operator name. I'm just going to do KPMG the purposes of this tutorial. And then you can see this is your general operator profile. You'd go down to location data. Because obviously KPMG doesn't have any live data, this isn't going to have anything in there. Just to know, if you do have pending appear on your operator profile, it's either because you don't have an AVL feed coming through currently, or your AVL feed at the time of the analysis was probably down. So for example, if you're a school service and you don't have like your services aren't running for that week, and obviously we're not getting AVL feed come through, then that's probably why. But if you are concerned by that, please just reach out and we can look to figure out why that's happening. So I've already downloaded one separately because obviously KPMG doesn't have any data on there. So this is the downloaded zip file. And as you can see, here's all the CSVs included. So if we were to open the AVL to timetable match summary, not that one, yeah, here you go. You can see the Siri fields, the trans exchange fields. In the case of this example, there was 38 randomly sampled vehicle activities. And you can see that it's matched 100% on operator ref and national operator code. So it matched exactly for those, but then it starts to go down here. So there's some issues with published line name and line name matching up between the Siri VM feed and the trans exchange data. So if you wanted to look further into that, then you'd go back into this file and open the uncounted vehicle CSV for this operator, and you can see that at that recorded at time, so that's the time that the GPS ping, there was an error saying that there's no vehicle journeys found with journey code 9008. That indicates that most likely the bus driver probably just inputted the wrong journey code at the start of the journey. So in the terms of this operator, they're pretty good in terms of error messages. Yes, so in terms of the different error codes, we have included some common reasons for why those error messages are occurring. So 1 second, sorry. So you will end up with these slides so you can see the common reasons for these errors that can be shared after.